So viewers, joining me now is a very special guest, Mr. Gautam Lahiri. He is expert on Bangladesh-related matters. So thank you so much for finding out time to do this interview. Sir, since last 24 hours or even more than that, we have been trying to get in touch with the authorities back in Bangladesh, also Indians, those who are stuck there, and want to know what exactly is happening there on ground, because various international agencies are reporting, sir, that 105 people have been killed, more than 2,500 people are injured. The military have been pressed in to the civilian areas to manage the protest, the unrest. There is a blanket curfew in all over the country. Would like to know your assessment and also the situation on ground.
Well, thank you very much. Situation at the ground right at this moment is no doubt very grim, and
Okay.
law and order machinery has totally collapsed because the
Okay.
students and after that these all other radical elements has taken over the protest,
Okay.
and that's why the violence is happening. And in many cases, it is not the people those who have died by police bullets. Many of
Okay.
them actually died by the clashes between the two groups, and
Okay.
obviously other students and fundamentalist forces, and versus you can say the Army League student wing. Many
Okay.
Army League student wing leaders were thrown out from the rooftop of the building. So many of them died out of that. So what I heard. And so it's a no doubt the security situation is a very grim. And also I could say only last night I could contact some sources both in Dhaka and some parts of Bangladesh
Hmm.
for a few minutes. I could guess that yesterday's situation was a little bit calm, but
Okay.
not major violence reported yesterday from since yesterday, because the government had done a very politically smart move. That first time Sheikh Hasina invited all the 14 alliance partners and
Okay.
created a consensus how she should go handle the situation. All of them agreed that she should handle it with a boldly, and that's why the curfew was imposed. And in some installations, the army was called to protect those installations. It's not
Okay.
in all over places. It's not that army is there.
Okay.
Civilian police is doing their job, but we have to keep a close watch for
But
this.
yeah. But Mr. Lahiri, we have those videos from Bangladesh where tanks are rolling, heavy armored vehicles are rolling on the streets, where the civilians dwells, civilian residents could be seen. So it's quite evident that the army has been pressed in to control the situation.
Yeah, that's true. But I have not seen any tanks as such.
Okay.
Those armored vehicles are look like a tanks, but
Okay.
these are the very sophisticated armored vehicles.
Okay.
And that's why we have seen those videos that they are moving out from the cantonment to some other places like
Okay.
very sensitive areas like Mirpur, where
Okay.
actually the students and some of the radical elements are little hideouts. So, and there were some installations which has to be protected. So that's why all these armored vehicles are there to assist the local police.
Hmm.
Even the police was in the back foot. There were many videos I have seen where the students are chasing the police vehicle, and they
Yeah.
had to go back. And
Okay.
for protection, for the self-defense, they resorted to fire first initially. Lately, I found that they are mostly firing rubber bullets. And people who have been killed, many of them killed by rubber bullets because they were fired from very close range.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I saw a story in one of the Calcutta-based Bengali paper. The mother was crying, and the boy died out of rubber bullet.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Mr. Larry, also want to know from you that we have had this situation in the past also in Bangladesh. In fact, we know that how ISI perhaps is still active in Bangladesh, or perhaps there is a desk of ISI dedicated to Bangladesh, and time and again they find opportunity to destabilize the government, to create chaotic situation, unrest in Bangladesh. Want to talk to you a little bit about it, as you yourself mentioned that there are some radical elements involved in this protest. Then can we also, can you also confirm the involvement of ISI, or perhaps any such reports getting published that ISI is behind this unrest, or maybe perhaps to fuel this unrest?
Well, yes, Bangladesh society is highly polarized society. So
Okay.
there are the forces who are anti-liberation forces.
Okay.
Their support base is not very little. They're quite more than 30% of their, even if you say in terms of vote share, though it's
Yeah.
not represented in the parliament, but
Yeah.
they are always backed by the anti-liberation forces, means Pakistan intelligence agencies. They are
Okay.
always active in those areas, and they are trying to destabilize this government right from many times, as you have mentioned. But this is
Yeah.
the time, actually, what I will say that is very interesting. When Sheikh Hasina has made a successful India visit, and
Yeah.
there were some mutually beneficial, some projects have been announced, including the
Yes.
Vista River Rejuvenation project, which
Yes.
China also wanted, but Sheikh Hasina made it clear that she wants to give this project to India. She
To India.
wants India. So, timing of this protest, actually students are always sensitive.
Mm.
So it is perhaps been created a situation. There was an unrest among the students about the quota system. That's a separate issue. That's a issue is different. But point is they have utilized perhaps this movement. The movement was spontaneous. It looks like a spontaneous movement, but it was deliberately planned. And planned
Okay.
by those forces outside. Definitely, Pakistan could be Pakistan. I think that Indian intelligence agency should probe into this angle. Whether any outside, one of the top diplomats of India has told me that this angle should be probed. That whether there are any outside forces are working or not. I am sure that outside forces are working. It is
Okay.
not a mere quota reform movement. It is a
Okay.
movement to oust Sheikh Hasina. And
Okay.
anything destabilization of Bangladesh is a matter of concern for India.
Okay.
Once they are destabilized, Indian security system would be affected by that.
I will absolutely, sir. In fact, we saw what happened in Myanmar, and then this has started in Bangladesh. We already have northeastern part of India. There's unrest going on in the northeastern states. We very well know about that, sir. Also, would like to know from you that this all started by this High Court. Again, re-implementing the quota system, 30% quota, which is given to the families of those who fought for the freedom movement of Bangladesh. So it all started from there. But we have also been given to understand that there were multiple issues which were piling up in terms of inflation, job scarcity. There's no jobs available. There were a lot of domestic issues, and perhaps there is also a sense of anti-incumbency against Hasina's government. As she has been serving for as a prime minister for such a long time. Talk to us a little bit about that. When all factors came together, it perhaps resulted in the unrest of this level.
Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, because there were resentment among the large section of the society on many issues. Unemployment definitely is a factor. That's why the student, as when they are meritorious students who are not able to get a government job, whether by sheer quota system, many uneducated people are getting jobs. Even there is a cases of corruption also being raised. That there are
Mm,
those who are not actually families from the liberation war
mm,
heroes, they were also
mm,
given jobs by
mm,
manipulating the certificate.
mm,
So this thing is creating a problem there because unemployment is high.
mm,
Secondly, there was also resentment among in the teaching section, particularly teachers, lecturers. They are also in the street, which was not much highlighted. They were in the street on the issue of a pension scheme. There
mm,
were resentment, I heard, from among the
mm,
security agencies, middle ranking officials, that they are
mm,
not getting the same rate of pensions as the government servants are getting. So it needs an overhauling whole the system of quota, education, reservation, as well as the pension system. These has all created a combination. That's why the students initially, immediately they got the support from a large section of people at large. These people were not, all of them were not Pakistanis, not Pakistani supporters. But they were so angry about the day-to-day life that they resorted to this kind of thing, and they think that government should be pushed on. I don't
But
know,
pro-Pakistan,
perhaps,
but Mr. Larry, pro-Pakistan slogans were raised. Can you confirm that?
yeah. Pro-Pakistan, when we are Rajakars, we're proud to be a Rajakar. Rajakar is the militia of ISI during
Yeah.
the Liberation War. So that's why it's a very strange that, and they are getting support.
And in which part of Bangladesh these slogans were raised?
In proper Dhaka, all the
In the
university
oh,
students, even the
okay.
women college, legendary women college, where Sheikh Hasina was a student. In that college also, the women leaders, women students were shouting slogans in favor of "We are proud to be a Rajaka." So
Rajak.
that's a kind of a infiltration, or you can say the brainwashing has been happened. So it has been happening there for a pretty long time. Radicalization is going on, and they are very successful, radicalizing the people, particularly the young minds. When the haughty artisan, this attack took place, they're all the educated young boys who were in that movement, who were in that attack. So it's not, so this government has somehow, I think, has mismanaged, misread the psychology of the student. Otherwise, it could be controlled. So now it is slightly late. I would say that lately they have reacted, they have offered dialogue. And I think the
They
court
have offered dialogue to whom?
dialogue to the protesting students.
Acha, okay.
Protesting, but they have not agreed so far. They have not. Let's see, waiting for Sunday, the Supreme
But
Court.
will Sheikh Hasina or perhaps the courts or whatever the authority responsible, will they take this new order from the High Court back? Do we see that possibility,
I think
or
there is
there
a
would be a middle path?
possibility. I think there is a possibility of reforming the present quota system, because when Sheikh Hasina said they wait for the Supreme Court judgment, perhaps the judgment you just go to Supreme Court and tell them your demand. Perhaps they will listen to you. So she has given this kind of made an open remark. So it seems that government is amenable to the demand for, and it should be, I think that it should be reformed, because now of 60 years of, almost 60 years of liberation struggle, those children are quite old. Now, there will be resentment if their grandchildren are given, and in some cases with the PEC certificates. So resentment will be there. That has to be changed. I think their government is now perhaps realized this thing should be changed.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for speaking to
Welcome.
CNN News 18.
Welcome.
We look forward for many more opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Yeah.